Lying in the middle of the street are 4 Amish kids, and they just got hit by a car. Now, the woman driving that car that hit them is this woman, Samantha Joe. And police are on their way to arrest Samantha Joe, and she doesn't know how she's gonna get out of this. Now, Samantha Joe works at a grocery store, and one morning, right before work, she allegedly gets a little high on meth. And then she gets in her car and she drives to work. And on that drive, she ends up speeding. Now, I'm not sure if it's because she's late or it's the meth, but she's going about 70 in a 55. And then all of a sudden, bam! Her car slams into the back of another vehicle. Oh, but this vehicle wasn't no regular vehicle. Samantha Joe just rear-ended an Amish horse-drawn buggy. And so she gets out of her car and she surveys the damage, and it's a disaster. The buggy's all busted to pieces, most of it's in a ditch, there's debris everywhere, and the worst part, there's 4 injured Amish kids on the asphalt, and 2 of them don't look like they're gonna make it. And also, the poor horse didn't make it. So Samantha Joe sees this and she's like, oh shit, I was speeding and I'm high and I hit a bunch of Amish kids. They're gonna throw me straight under the jail. How do I get out of this? And she very quickly comes up with an unbelievable plan. See, she doesn't immediately call 911. No. Instead, she calls her sister, who we'll call Twin, because they're identical twins. Now, for the purpose of storytelling, I'm gonna give Twin purple hair. Otherwise, the story's just gonna get confusing, but just know that in real life, they look exactly alike. So anyway, Samantha Joe calls Twin and tells her what happened. And then she asks her to pull a parent trap and switch places with her. And basically take the fall for the accident. Because unlike Samantha Joe, Twin is not high on meth and therefore wouldn't get in as much trouble. And Twin hears this plan and she's like, sure, I'll do it. So Twin drives straight to the scene of the accident and police haven't gotten there yet. So she gets there and they both get into Samantha Joe's car and they swap their clothes. A few minutes later, police show up and Twin immediately tells them, it was me. I was driving. So then an officer takes her and he puts her in his car, and then she and the officer are in the car chatting about what happened. And during this, the officer turns on a recording device. And Twin tells him like, I was driving home from work and I just didn't see the buggy. And the officer seems satisfied with Twin's answers and then he gets out of the car. Once he's out, Samantha Joe comes up to the window to talk to Twin. And Twin says something to the effect of, don't worry, they'll never be able to tell us apart. And to be fair, she's right. Police seem to be satisfied with Twin's story, and even though 2 of the Amish kids were unalived and the other 2 were critically injured, it seems like this was just a bad car accident, and there's not enough evidence to arrest anyone. And the twins are free to go, and I'm sure they're relieved. They're like, twins for the win! Until, here's the thing. After that officer was in the car talking with Twin, he left the car, but he never turned off his recording device. So they caught the twins acting all shady in that recording, saying like, they'll never be able to tell us apart. And so later, police hear this recording, and it obviously makes them suspicious. So then they go and they interview Samantha Joe's boss at the grocery store. And apparently, while Samantha Joe was waiting on police to get to the accident, she texted her boss that she's gonna be late for work. The grocery store's HR manager then calls Samantha Joe back, and Samantha Joe basically tells her, I killed 2 Amish people. They were kids. And then she admits to her that she's high on meth. So when police find out she said all this, they get a warrant to search her phone. And there they find that around the time of the accident, Samantha Joe had Googled what happens if you get in an accident with an Amish buggy and kill 2 people. And also, if you hit a buggy and kill 2 people, are you going to prison? And if that wasn't convincing enough, they actually find texts that she had sent to a friend that say, and I quote, I hit that Amish buggy and killed 2 people. Made Twin come and take the fall for it so I wouldn't go to prison. Which, in my personal opinion, makes her look guilty as f***. And if that wasn't bad enough, they then drug test Samantha Joe, and surprise, surprise, meth shows up on her report. So then they arrest Samantha Joe and Twin. Here's Samantha Joe's mugshot, here's Twin's mugshot, and both sisters are charged with multiple felonies, and it looks like they'll probably get some prison time, but to be fair, they actually haven't been to trial yet. So all of this is alleged. And all this happened in Fillmore County, Minnesota, so shout out to Minnesota.